Hey all, welcome back to another episode of Harrison Talks Pod, episode 61. 28 seconds. That's all I have to say for an intro. 28 seconds. Stan Van Gundy on the broadcast says the Rockets just need to bring the ball up and this game is over. And they still cannot win this game. And these NBA playoffs have me feeling just all sorts of types of ways. I rarely saw a first take segment yesterday, Stephen A. Smith talking about the New York Knicks. I just wanted to pop in and hear that rant. And he talked about his funniest line was how the Knicks have new ways of losing, or they're finding new ways of losing. And this was the Rockets finding a new way to lose tonight without Kevin Durant. And I have my notes here and everything, but yeah, we're just going to skip ahead and do the intro. Let's talk about Lakers and Rockets first. And I want to do some narrative big picture first as well. But hey, like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. This is a part of Side Panel Network, and we have other videos, podcasts, comic strips, whatever going on. But my God, my mind is still on basketball. The Spurs Trailblazers game ended just about an hour ago of me recording this. So I'm sure it'll be out the next day, still fresh and everything. So, anyways, been thinking a lot about the Lakers and Rockets series because if you asked me in the beginning of round one, which series do I think could sweep? I would have not said this series at all. I don't think this would have been even close to my top pick. And if I would have imagined a series sweep, it would have gone the other way. And I'm not a betting guy, but I'm pretty sure all the point spreads said the exact same thing going into this series. Granted, we didn't know the health of Kevin Durant perhaps at that point going into it. And I guess Kevin Durant does close out this game, and we're most likely looking at a 2-1 series. I say that though, but the game plan didn't help Kevin Durant too much in game two. And then closing out in game three, it was less about the Rockets making this big shot at the end, but some of their younger players making mistakes down the stretch, which ultimately led them to overtime. And if you're a Rockets fan, let me know if you're listening to this right now. Would you have been more happy if LeBron made that last 3-point shot and ended it there and then not gone to overtime? Or yeah, it's probably a bad question because it's bad either way. 3-0, no team has ever come back from it before. And I wonder about the health of the Lakers overall. I'm assuming Luka Doncic couldn't come back round one no matter what. Austin Reeves. Like, let's say Austin Reeves is available for game four. You're not playing him, right? You're not playing Austin Reeves if he's available for game four, hypothetically. Are you? You could sit LeBron James for game four, I think. Uh, Again, I think Kevin Durant would swing this, just having him out there. It was a close matchup. So, perhaps they do take one of these, but it's it's really, really difficult. And I think the decisions on the stretch were interesting. The rotations that the Rockets had out there. I haven't been as involved on like the local fan base side of things, so I don't have a good temperature check on how their fans feel about Ime Udoka. Overall, I mean, the first couple of years have been great. This year has been impressive as far as where he's been able to take the team, but a first round exit and a first round sweep against this team is just bad. Which I guess leads us into the LeBron James conversation of this. I don't think this shows us anything else about LeBron James's 23-year career. So I'll just push back on any of those silly narratives about, oh, if he wins this series or he sweeps this series, like, what does it mean for his legacy? I think it means that even though his team was injured, he played an amazing series at 41 years old against a Rockets team that has been flawed all season long and is now missing a player who is older, but is not just an X factor, is one of the best scorers of all time. So, I think about the outlook of this team with Kevin Durant and in the different timelines they have. And even with Kevin Durant, it just doesn't seem like a team that can compete in the top half of the West, despite being able to sit in the top half of the West for a lot of the season. So it's just bad. It's just bad. And nothing to take away from LeBron James at all. I think in context, like let's say they win game four and he has a good game four as well. We'll look back at it as just this amazing series that he had in year 23, but he's had a lot of amazing series. And again, it's just the first round and it's just this Rockets team. Yeah, I can't say enough about what he's done. I mean, I've been a LeBron fan for like over half my life now, and the things that he's doing out there. And hey, I think the defense tonight, not too bad, honestly. Does not look too bad, but perhaps I've been watching too much bad defense the past couple of days, and I'm being biased. So, anyways, Lakers won in overtime, 112-108. And I'll skip ahead a little bit because I rambled for a while. Um, Lakers were only +1 in pointers made, but they were 12 of 29 from three. While the Rockets shot 11 of 39, just 28%. Rockets were +4 in rebounds. Lakers had 20 turnovers this game, which I think is the second time in the series, which might be the only time that a team has done that twice in a series, that many turnovers and still won. But don't quote me on the last one. Rockets are up 101-95, 28 seconds left. Marcus Smart, huge game again. Just, it's been such a fun first round series. Just, it's been an ex-Celtics first round series. Let's be honest. Like, I'm just looking at like, oh, Marcus Smart, or oh, Drew Holiday, or Robert Williams is back, right? Just a lot of a lot of past and present, I guess. Draws 3-point foul, goes to 101-98. Lakers force another turnover. LeBron James gets a steal from Reed Shepherd, pull up three, ties the game at 101. That's a huge shot. And yeah, just a comeback win and a chance with, I don't know, like 1.1 seconds left. Rockets had a chance to win at the end, but then Lakers got a final timeout and got a decent look at the end, but missed it, sent them to overtime. Marcus Smart ended with 21 points, 10 assists, 5 steals. Eight of his points came in the overtime game. LeBron James, 29 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. 8 of the 20 turnovers were from him, but you win the game. So kind of create that mess. Maybe on the opposite end of the efficiency in game 1, 19 points, 13 assists. Game 2, 28 points, 7 assists. So Yeah, efficiency isn't there. High usage, of course, without having Luka and Austin Reeves, and will probably not remember the turnovers too much. He was the leader in postseason turnovers a long time ago, right? So yeah, might as well pile on that record anyways. Albert Goon had a better night, 33 points, 16 rebounds. Just the shot creation is the part that Kevin Durant could have really helped down the stretch, and especially trying to create on these final shots as well. But happy to see that he did well. Amin Thompson had a decent night, 26 points, 11 rebounds, offered some pressure in transition. And other players like Jabari Smith Jr. had efficient stretches but made a mistake down the stretch. Reed Shepard's still having a difficult shooting series. So just overall, I just don't think Houston has enough. Assist rate for the Lakers was at 73%, had a +7 assist advantage in game three. And of course, the problems that have plagued the Houston Rockets all season are coming into effect in the postseason. So let's just close it out soon. Yeah, let's just. What else is there to say? I think Lakers in game one, they dominate. They have their most efficient game of these three games in game one. Game two, Kevin Durant comes back but is stymied. Lakers force 15 turnovers, had the advantage there. And in game three, Rockets should have won, most likely, but Lakers steal it late. But can we call it stealing if you watch how that game ended? So what else? Rui Hachimura, 22 points, had a terrific start to this game. Jackson Hayes, looking really nice, like really nice rim presence in this first round. And Marcus Smart, as we mentioned, is just being the glue that, well, it's not a surprise that he can be. So let's then move on and talk about this Boston Sixers series, which was pretty fun tonight. So Boston and Sixers, I'm wrong about this series, and I'm thrilled about it. It's been very fun. Game one wasn't close, but we got to see a lot. Got to see a lot of what Boston can offer and what Boston can do. Uh, Game two, Philly cleans up that variance, and Boston has an opposite shooting night, going I think 13 of 50, and the volume of threes has just not stopped for the Celtics. Just very formulaic, is that right? Game plan. And it worked out for them in game three, where they went 20 of 47 from three. Much better this time around. Celtics win 108-100. Didn't look up how many lead changes there were, but it was a really fun game to watch down the stretch. And I thought this was going to be Boston up 3-0 easily. And then after game one, I thought it was going to be Boston up 3-0 easily, winning the series, sweeping the series. In a game of possessions, no surprise, Philadelphia won in game two. But in this game of mass, and if Boston can hit their shots, it's going to be really hard for any team, including if the Sixers were 100% healthy, really difficult for them to beat. So 42% for the Celtics from three. Sixers are -8 in a 3-point disadvantage. They go 12 of 35, 34% from threes there. And Philadelphia was able to create a lot of chances for themselves in this game, but overall, Boston just made better shots and made better shots down the stretch. Celtics led in offensive rebounds 15-13. A lot of offensive rebounds this game. And Celtics had 17 turnovers. So if I'm a Celtics fan, I'm thrilled about this game. We usually have much better ball control nights. We are a team that takes turnovers very seriously, and we were -6 in turnovers in this game and still pulled off this win. So Boston engineering their threes. Jaylen Brown plus 13 in his plus minus, ending with 25 points, including 8 straight points late in this game. Jason Tatum also 25 points, 5 of 9 from 3. Peyton Pritchard, who's just been absolute joy to watch this year and in the past, 15 points. And overall, Tatum and Brown had 19 of Boston's 29 points in the fourth quarter. On the other end, Tyrese Maxey had 31 points on 31 shots, 34% usage. Just not the most efficient game from him, but still had 31 points. Paul George, another nice game from him, 18 points, 5 assists. Very impressed with how he's been able to play his role this postseason so far. Kelly Oubre Jr., another nice game from him, 15 points, 6 rebounds, and I think they defaulted kind of towards the end. I think it was less ball movement and more isolation down the stretch, a little bit more predictable, and man, wish Joel Embiid was out there. And I can't believe it's this close without him. I was just really, really wrong about this. I forgot to put VJ Edgecombe in my notes, but tonight, 10 points, 5 of 17 from the field. Did have some kind of cool highlight plays tonight, but that's game 2 had 30 points. Had a 30-point double-double, which is the youngest player to do that, I think, in the postseason. And did not shoot well in Game 1 either, but I just wanted to bring that up, because I think, for the Sixers, speaking of Joel Embiid, just having limited secondary actions is leading to some more ISO heavy type of plays. But Maxey and George initiated a lot of the offense, and it was still a close matchup. Meanwhile, Celtics on the other end, a lot of drive, kick, swing, relocate, pass, drive, kick. Just Boston running their style of offense forward this most recent game. Andre Drummond, 12 points, but was a -17, so had another decent night and also hit 2 threes this game. Really. I saw him hit one of them. So he's hit a number of threes in this series, which is unique, I guess. Celtics had 26 fast break points this game, and Philly's centers looked better this game, but just couldn't help anchor that offense, or really on either end. Celtics winning Game 1, they get the 3-point advantage. Sixers winning Game 2, they get the 3-point advantage. And it's the same thing tonight. And Celtics overall are shooting 58% of their attempts this series from 3-point range. Meanwhile, the Celtics are right around 60% from inside the 3-point range. So Boston can offer very good defense, and their offense, even though it was very flat in Game 2, even though they could have not won this game, it seems like there's a certain amount of inevitability, and it's trending upwards considering that Jason Tatum missed most of the season. There's too much reliance on the other end for Philly for Tyrese Maxey right now, and can Joel Embiid come back? What's the timeline on that? Like, is he out for the whole first round? Because I feel like I'm kind of going back and forth here, kind of going around in circles. But that's it. Celtics played their style of basketball. Their two star players combined for 50 points and had a huge fourth quarter, which ultimately had them close out this game. So we have a series. It's still in Philly for game four. So I'm done making predictions on this. Let's talk briefly then, I say briefly, but who knows, about the Spurs and the Trailblazers. So Spurs and Trailblazers tonight, also a 1-1 series going into game three. And I wasn't too surprised. It's unfortunate. It's extremely unfortunate given the health concerns about it. Wembanyama being out with a concussion. But with who was on the floor tonight, it was a very entertaining game. And I love that, we mentioned role players on here already. Robert Williams, Drew Holiday. If I can call Drew Holiday a role player, but he plays that role of defensive guard. Anyways. And of course, we have to mention Scoot Henderson. That's been a great story for this team and this postseason. And we won't talk about the Raptors today, but Colin Murray Broyles, like just having players like that get more of a spotlight and more people to say, oh, like I forgot about him, or who is he? I don't know about him. It's been quite a fun first round for that reason. So, Spurs dominate in game one. Wembanyama has an historic debut in the postseason. Blazers come back in game two, which is when Wembanyama has his very scary injury. Just very scary injury. And game three, I mean, you see him on the bench, you see him yelling a lot. There's a lot of positivity from this team in the second half. Hopefully he's doing fine and he's back for game four. It's just concussions. It's the concussion thing. It's always scary. But hopefully as it goes on, it's more predictable. Hopefully it's more on that end. But the Spurs responded very nice without him, and it was a fun back and forth game for a while until the Spurs went on a big run in the second half and now are up 2-1 in the series. Spurs overall shot decently, actually shot 47% from the field, but shot 48% from three. So three-pointers, 16 of 33 is great. Very efficient night. Don't know how that compares to the volume of threes they take in the regular season and the first two games. And overall had 27 assists on the night, which is just great. It's a great team victory for them. And the Trailblazers have proven to be a tougher matchup, well, at least that I had anticipated. But I guess if you eliminate Wembanyama from this roster, it does make some pretty difficult matchups because the Trailblazers, maybe I should have watched them more this season. They have a lot of defenders to throw at the other team's best players. Blazers did not shoot well. 41%, 14 of 38 from three, had 21 assists. So overall, as I said, it's a pretty Fun game. Blazers had a 15-point lead in the third quarter at one point, 82-67. The Spurs go on a 21-5 run, and they turn it into an 88-87 lead going into the fourth quarter. And I forget if the Blazers flipped that at some point. But extended it to a 10-point lead at some point, and the game was over. I don't think they did go up the Blazers at all after that run. So when it flipped rather quickly, but up to a certain point, they were really battling it out. Just fun game, fun series to watch. And we'll cycle back. Let's talk about a little more about the players first. Stefan Castle, 33 points, was 75% from three tonight. I'll put it in that way. Also 10-11 from the free throw line. Dylan Harper, double-double, 27 points, 10 rebounds, and was a plus 25 this game. We'll just call it no Wemby, no problem. De'Aaron Fox. So this, I'll go kind of on the other end. 18 points, 6 assists. Kind of took a little while for him to get going. And wow, like the potential of him being able to have a better night offensively is very exciting for Spurs fans. But at the same time, perhaps if De'Aaron Fox is having an 18.6 assist night, that means you have bigger performances from Steph Castle, from Dylan Harper, or wherever it might be. Luke Cornett also had double-double tonight, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 67% from the field. Just been offering great interior pressure and has been a great backup for Wemby, of course, and has not shied away from anything. If you're a Jrue Holiday fan, it was a fun night. 29 points for him on the other end, 5 assists, 4 steals. Scoot Henderson, another nice game, 21 points, including 5 threes, and had some really nice shot making early on. Just, it faded. It faded for most of this team. Denny Avdia, 19 points, 9 assists, had a very, very rough shooting night. 3 of 15 from the field, but still had 19 points. I guess that's not typical, but for Denny Avdia, it's more typical, perhaps. Just not good shot quality from this team overall, and it was just more of the Spurs' identity late and just played at a faster pace, this Spurs team, compared to if Victor Wembanyama was on the floor, perhaps. Shot very well from three, high assist rate, and that was the key to them closing out and winning this game. The outlook then is to keep that same pace and to keep that same three-point volume and that same efficiency and just hope that Wembanyama is healthy. But I think the Blazers can make this interesting. Can the Blazers win the series? I think so. And the outlook on the Blazers is that I think they could lose the next 2 games and I would still walk away going, depending on how badly they lose, I think I'm just very impressed with where this team is at right now. But then when I look at who's on this team, I think, okay, Scoot Henderson's playing better. I like Jrue Holiday. I mentioned Robert Williams at the top, but man, he is so fun to watch when he's playing at this level. So that's been really nice. And does the inclusion of an older Damian Lillard coming off this injury change the outlook of this team? Or we'll just have our eye on them when we start talking about the postseason? But it's been a lot of series about adapting, and this series Of course, without their top player, the Spurs adapted and just played a very, very nice game on both ends. So let's leave it there. I hope you have a great basketball week. If you're not over on the YouTube side of things, I have been doing a weekly YouTube video in the middle of the week, so you can check it out there, and then check out everything else we have going on in the links below. Have a great basketball week if I didn't say that already, and I will see you next time.